The federal government has decried the terrible state of education in the country and pledged to transform the sector during the President Ahmed Tinubu administration. The Minister of Education, Professor Tahir Mammam, stated this while receiving the final report of the roadmap for the development of the education sector from an 8-man committee in Abuja. Mamman, who noted that inadequate funding has been one of the major challenges of the sector over time, vowed to ensure prudent utilization of resources allocated to the sector.
We want to assure you and Nigerians that we mean business, and what you have all the very positive recommendations in terms of what has to be done, the strategy, and timelines and activities prescribed in the report will be followed. Where we can abridge, some of them we will abridge. Where we cannot abridge, we will follow the timeline. But in the ministry, we have already made it very clear to all and sundry, our directors, those that this is not a time for foot dragging. This is not a time to bury policies in the files. This is the time for us to see all policies on ground. We have a lot of young people out there who have very bleak future because they have either not attended school or they have dropped out of school. Now they are staring at us for solutions. We may not have all the solutions, but there will be no excuse for us not to do what is right to bring succor to this category of people. We are going to set up a monitoring and evaluation committee to ensure we are on track constantly. We are also going to set up implementation committee that will monitor and give us periodic reports, possibly on a monthly basis, if not earlier, to ensure we are on track. These will complement the efforts of the directors and the directorate and the various agencies that have responsibility to implement the policies of government on education, which are captured here in your report.
The roadmap comprises really 3 documents. We have a report of the committee. We have a document, what we call the strategic plan of action, and we have a proposal as well for an implementation committee or implementation guidelines on the roadmap. The strategic plan of action, honorable ministers, ladies and gentlemen, has 13 thematic areas. Out of school children, basic and senior secondary education, girl child education, youth and adult literacy, technical and vocational education and training, TVET, science, technology, engineering, arts and mathematics, STEAM, entrepreneurship education, curriculum and policy matters, teacher education, capacity building and professional development, tertiary education and student support services, education data and planning, information and communication technology, ICT in education, and library services. The committee, after receiving the input comments and recommendations from the stakeholders, use the input to enrich the draft plan of action, and we have today come up with the final report. We are convinced that this document will make difference in the education sector. We are absolutely convinced, Honourable Ministers, that this document, with the commitments that we have, commercial plan for the education sector.